I'm going to tell you the story about our no-face Cornhusk doll, and that's the whole thing, is we don't put a face on our dolls. So the story goes that a long time ago, when the world was young and the Creator had put about all the beautiful things that He placed on earth here, He placed the four-leggeds, He put the beautiful winged creatures and their songs. He gave us wonderful plants that come up from the earth and they feed us and they provide medicines for us. Well, one of the things that He did was give the people a helper. And the helpers were the Cornhusk people. And these were actually people that were life-size. They roamed the earth. They had beautiful faces. They walked and they talked. But their main job was to take care of the children. And we know that our children are a wonderful, wonderful resource for the future. So it happened one day that a couple of the grandmothers from the village were walking through, and one of the grandmothers spotted one Cornhusk girl. And she said, "Look at that young maiden. Look at how beautiful and pretty she is. Look at the shine on her hair. And look at how golden her skin is. She is just really beautiful." Well, when the grandmother said those words, that Cornhusk maiden heard them, and her ears perked up, and she wanted to hear more. But the grandmothers kept walking away through the village. Well, as time went by, those words began to dwell in her mind. And we say that you always should keep a good mind no matter what you're doing. Well, these evil words began to work in her mind, and next thing you know, she was fighting with her best friend. Fighting so much that she made her cry. Well, the Creator was sitting up in the sky world, and He heard these bad words, and He looked down and He saw that girl crying, and He said, "Hey, your job is not to make your friends upset and cry. Your job is to keep an eye on the little ones. That's what I want you to do." So away she went, and for a good while she did her job very well. She loved her children. So the summer had been very, very hot, and the people of the village decided to make a journey down to the lake. Everybody from the village went, and they were in that cool, cool water, and they were splashing and having such a good time. Everybody except that one Cornhusk maiden. And she was away from the crowd. She was way down the shoreline where nobody else was, and she was looking into the water, and she was thinking about how beautiful she looked. And the Creator saw her, and He said, "Hey, what are you doing? You're not supposed to dwell on yourself. You're supposed to be watching the children. Now go do that." So away she went, and again, for a very long time, she did a good job with her children. Well, the next time the Creator heard this commotion coming from the world below, He looked down, and there she was in the middle of all of the Cornhusk people and all of the girls of the village. She was the instigator again. And He said, "Hey, your job is not to cause confusion. Your job is to watch the children, but apparently you're not listening to me. So now I will give you a punishment." And in a flash, the face on all the Cornhusk people disappeared. And today, we make our dolls, and you can see we still do not put a face on them, but we tell this story. The meaning of it is that we're all created equal, and no one is better than the next person, and we're all supposed to keep that good mind. Donnie Ho.